November. And first up, it'll be Zab Judah's turn. They'll have plenty of support here, too. We're told over 1,000 the trip to Uncasville, Connecticut. Judah Bester coming up next for the IBF Junior Welterweight crown. Getting set for the ring walk of Alan Bester as he comes in. The challenger out of Denmark, looking like all business. First world title shot, first fight on American soil. Had an outstanding amateur career with 75 victories. Lightweight champion and southpaw George Scott in February in an IBF eliminator. So as Bester makes his way to the ring, Bobby, I'll ask, 18 fights, 18 wins. He was labeled an elite amateur by Zab Judah. What's your assessment of Bester?
You know, that's an interesting phrase, an elite amateur. He still has maintained a lot of his amateur type style. Again, not a big puncher, looks to outpoint you. To outpoint is Zab Judah, you need to match his speed, which I don't think he can do. I think that the guy really has to work it out for him. Maybe stepped up all the way to the top a little too quick.
Yeah, good boxer, good counter-punching skills. Defense is a strength. Lacks a lot of experience, and his quality of opposition is something to be desired. Maybe taking on too much too soon here tonight against the quality of Zab Judah.
I think the very first 2 rounds are going to be exceptionally important for this young man. If he can hold off Judah, control him a little bit, set the distance, do some of the things he needs to do, he can be in decent shape to at least take this fight some rounds.
And you know, his opponent, Zab Judah, is very anxious to get it on tonight. He's been waiting about 5 months. There's the belt, the IBF 140-pound belt. Yoel Judah, the father and trainer of Zab.
After rice, then it's probably less. And after the uppercut, twists and necks. Yes, y'all, game over with Zab, bro. It's like the blows don't stop till they see some fall. Plus we in it for it all, that's the BK code. A few jabs from the Zab, then you TK'd. If one punch can make you fold, then you ain't a real pro. And if it ain't about dough, it ain't MTO. So you better learn to block, or you will move off the block. Let's play dirty, cut his Zab now, pop some tops.
Well, you know he's a star when he has his own music, right? There are his fans out in full support from Brooklyn. You've seen him kind of lax and careless, perhaps overconfident at times, to the point that he's been dropped by Teron Millette. Referee Arthur McCanny had to reprimand him twice to mix it up more in the Reggie Green fight. Bobby, sometimes he just says he gets bored. Which Zab Judah do you think will show up tonight?
Well, Steve, I'll tell you what. Sometimes he says he gets bored, that the incentive isn't there. And sometimes I think it's just a matter of he doesn't really feel any threat from certain opponents. We've seen that pattern. He falls into a little daze. If this isn't incentive enough to look good, the showdown with Kostya Tszyu, I don't know what is.
Well, he did seem more businesslike and serious in our talks with him yesterday. As we check the numbers, let's go to the tail of the tape. Both fighters are 23 years of age. Bester is slightly taller, a 2-inch reach advantage for Judah. At yesterday's weigh-in, Judah and Bester under 140. Tonight, Judah 141, Bester 143. And the key rules for this world title fight: there's no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the belt in any round. If an accidental headbutt occurs before the end of the 4th round, the fight is ruled a no contest. If it happens after the end of round 4, they go to the scorecard. So here at Mohegan Sun, Zab Judah, Alan Bester at stake, the IBF Junior Welterweight belt. Let's get the introductions from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we present the first of our world title attractions and our co-featured event of the evening, brought to you by Main Events, Mohegan Sun, Showtime Championship Boxing, and Budweiser, the undisputed king of beers. This bout is sanctioned by the International Boxing Federation. The president is Hiawatha Night Supervisor Mahasan Scott, along with the Mohegan Tribal Gaming Commission Athletic Unit. Introducing our 3 judges scoring this bout from ringside. From Oneida Castle, New York, Donald Ackerman. From Moss, Germany, Arthur Ellenson. From Waterbury, Connecticut, John Lawson. And our referee in charge of this bout, working in his 2nd world title bout, Charles Dwyer. Fight fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Junior Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trunks with gold trim, hailing from Aarhus, Denmark. He weighed in at a ready 138 1/2 pounds. He is undefeated at 18 wins, no losses, 1 draw, with 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight making his first attempt at a world title. Please welcome the undefeated IBF #1 ranked junior welterweight, introducing Alan Vester. And his opponent across the ring, the defending world champion on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue trunks with silver trim, hailing from Brooklyn, New York. He weighed in the same as his opponent, 138 1/2 pounds. He also is undefeated at 26 wins, no losses, 1 no contest, with 20 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, he is making the 5th defense of his title. Here is the undefeated IBF Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, introducing Zab Super Judah. Once again, Charles Dwyer, our referee in charge. 12 rounds of championship boxing schedule.
Okay. Wait for the cue. Okay, that's fine. Gentlemen, you both know the rules. Let's have a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Shake hands. Good luck. What are you calling?
This man will fool you for the fact.
One of the better stare downs we've seen in some time. Keys to victory, Bobby.
Let's start with the champion, Zab Judah. First of all, use his overall speed, hands and feet. He is blazing. Number 2, cut off the ring. He's got a guy who's going to move and stand outside. And lastly, work the body, then go up to the head. That's the best way to stop him in his tracks, then take the head. For Alan Vester, he wants to use a very effective jab. He's going to have to put something in Judah's face to keep him off. Also, with that jab, maybe set the fight distance. He can't fight inside, and Judah can. And lastly, the straight right hand is his best punch, and it's very effective against southpaws in general.
Went right, Judah dominant and sharp, elusive and slick, exceptional speed with pop, very sharp, accurate puncher with excellent reflexes, tremendous right uppercut, and has infinite energy. The key is to harness that intensity. Don't be over exuberant.
I'll tell you right now, Steve, Vester squares off a lot, bringing his right shoulder forward. He's going to walk into a straight left hand from Zab Judah, and he's going to get hurt. He squares off way too much against a guy this fast and this sharp and accurate.
Judah, very deliberate, measuring Vester out. Said he spent part of his time at the Palm Beach training site working on cutting off the ring, which could be of value tonight against a guy like Vester. He pops him with a straight left. Combination blocked by Vester's gloves.
Vester's definitely keeping his hands up. He's worried about the speed and the power of Judah. Not fighting a bad fight right now, keeping Judah neutralized to a degree. Vester's leading a lot with the right hand, then following the left hand. Somewhat awkward, unorthodox, and not normal. Maybe it might be effective.
And Vester not dancing around as much as we thought he might be doing. He's standing in there. which could be to his disadvantage eventually as a target, and he is at times aggressive as he jumps in.
There you see him, he jumped in with the right hand, following with the sort of a half of a left hook jab cross combination, and it's awkward, but it lands not hard. Like again,
he popped it with the left hand. Alan Vester with a good sequence there.
He did it twice in a row there, and Zab figured he was done and got hit with another set.
Perhaps trying to lull Zab Judah. And now Judah turning it up.
Zab didn't land a lot of those clean, but a couple of them got through, and Zab walked into another set. That's an awkward combination, but he keeps getting hit by it.
Vester, undaunted, came back with a series of punches of his own. Vester's game.
Good. He's leading with a long right hand and following with the left hand. It's a cross between a hook and a jab, and it's landing.
I'll say this, he's not pulling a junior winner. The man who pulled a Fred Astaire in a dance-a-thon against Zab Judah in Scotland on the Tyson Savaries card.
I'm not even sure I want to call it boxing, but running.
That's not a knockdown.
Zab swinging wild with the right hook that went over the head of Vester, and he just stepped forward and pushed him off balance.
Wound up on the seat of his pants. He has been down officially 2 times in his career. That did not count as a knockdown.
How you feel? All right, yo. What you do? Give me that bucket. Give me that bucket. Calm down a little bit. I want you to calm down, okay? This kid's a runner, but he's trying to jump in with quick shots.
Here we see the right hand, and it's a weird sort of jab hook cross. Double combination there where you got Zab Judah a little aggravated. Didn't really hurt him. There's one. He comes right back with another. 2. And they both landed cleanly, but again, there's no real power in those punches. You see Zab get wild with a right hook over the top of the head and just a push slash slip to the ground. From overhead, we'll watch it. Watch the feet. Right hand goes high. Feet are very mixed up and tangled. No balance.
Clearly a better first round for the challenger than most anticipated.
Including yours truly.
So here comes Vester against Judah for round 2. Well, the best strategy against a guy like Judah, keep the pressure on, keep your defense tight, throw a good straight right hand against the southpaw, step to your left and fire. And Vester adhering to that strategy for the most part.
It's interesting to see what adjustments Judah will make to that right hand left, and if Vester will indeed continue throwing it that way.
The crowd urging Judah on. Chance of Judah. Judah perhaps a little bit surprised himself by that first round.
You know, I'm sure somewhere in the back of his mind, gosh, Tszyu's on his mind. He can't leave that be in the front of his mind. He could lose the fight right in front of him.
Could you imagine?
I really have a problem with that one.
A lot at stake. High-profile, big-money fight in November with Tszyu on the line. Should Tszyu also cooperate later tonight?
Even though those punches landed flushly on the gloves were sitting flushly on Vester's face, there is some residual effect.
Vester very tricky.
Get him out. Break clean. Watch your heads. Good.
So far, Zab Judah has not solved the puzzle. Now Vester working out of a deep crouch. He's showing Judah a lot of looks. Vicious with that slapping right.
And if you notice, Vester has been able to move to his left quite a bit.
There's a good left hand by Judah on the head of Vester, and now he's beginning to pick it up. Another combination right-left by Zab Judah, and down goes Vester.
Overhand left as well as that right uppercut got him good.
Vester on the canvas for the first time in his career.
6, 7, 8. Okay.
Gets up rather fast, though. Minute to go, round 2. Judah trying to end it here, jumping all over Vester. Down to his knees.
Right uppercut started that one again, Steve. He slipped, came inside, right uppercut, and left over the top.
Judah jumps on the turnbuckle. It's not over, Zab.
Hey, you okay?
He was celebrating with the audience. 2 knockdowns here.
And Vester landed a nice right hand and left hook.
No 3 knockdown rule.
Fight. Great clean. That's all right. That's all right.
Not a ton of time left in this round for Judah to close it out.
23 seconds and counting. Vester trying to survive the second round. Now he's trying to dance away from the champion, keep his distance. Boy, that pummeling left is having an effect on Vester.
Not only that right uppercut seems very effective on the inside.
That's one of his best punches, and often a forgotten punch in boxing, the uppercut. Vester makes it.
Skyld, den her tandbeskytter, så skyldes bare sæt vandet.
How we doing?
Fine.
Henrik Riesem, our translator.
I'm okay. Kommentarer, der kommer rigtig bare rundt. Ikke? Og så bare smæk den af nu.
Just throw the punch.
Fuld respekt.
Get his respect again.
Har du godt?
Den her har det styr på.
Flyt dig.
Move.
Tilbage igen.
Take a look at that first knockdown. Zab Judah coming in. He's so quick, he's powerful. Straight left hand and right hook. Not real clean, but he's following, he's chasing. The right uppercut inside did hurt him. You see him buckle a little bit. And then that left hand straight. A little bit of a slip toward the end there, but again, that right uppercut being so effective on the inside. Second knockdown, he just beat him to his knees through the gloves.
Well, let's see if Vester can get Judah's respect again.
That was great advice in the corner. Throw the right hand, get the respect. Because he had not hurt, but hit Zab with one good right hand, and Zab did back up. Take a look.
Vester down 2 times in the second round. Round 3 scheduled for 12 for the IBF Junior Welterweight Championship.
Right, let him up. Great clean.
Fifth title defense for Zab Judah. 26-0, 1 no contest, 20 knockout. Vester in the white trunks, 18-0-1 with only 3 KOs. He's the #1 contender in the eyes of the IBF.
Great clean.
Charles Dwyer from Portsmouth, Rhode Island, the 3rd man of the ring. Again, that lunging approach by Alan Vester.
Vester's eyes seem to be okay. His legs seem to be under him. Doesn't seem to have too much residual leftover bad body parts from that knockdown, but his points are adding up now. He's going to have to make a move.
As mentioned, Judah has been down before.
Great clean.
Mostly when he's caught off guard. Once against Jan Bergman when he won the vacant title right here in this arena. And against Teron Millette 3 fights ago, he walked right into a punch.
It was a nice attempt, a right uppercut and a left hook by Vester, but he doesn't have the power that Zab has. He doesn't have the power of Akash Tszyu. He's not going to really get the respect he needs unless he throws good combinations.
And you have to wonder what might be going through the mind of Kostya Tszyu as he takes this one in backstage. Watching Zab Judah.
I truly wonder if he's even watching and leaving any of his attention to this fight as opposed to what he's got to do.
Really think so, huh?
It's possible.
We approach 40 seconds remaining, round 3. More of an uneventful round as opposed to the first 2. More action-packed. Vester bouncing back from 2 knockdowns in the last round. And comes back with a pretty good flurry.
And you know what? There was a nice combination, follow-up combination.
Vester's in trouble off a right hand, and it's right on Cowboy for Zab Judah.
Sharp counter right hook, Steve. Really caught Vester. He didn't see it coming. He may not get up.
9.
That's it. Being waved off by Charles Dwyer. 3rd round stoppage for Zab Judah.
You know,
he just got up before 10.
And Vester didn't see that right hook. You could see the delayed reaction. His eyes went blank. He never saw it, and it really hurt him.
And Zab Judah, with his 5th of the crowd, reacts with chants of Judah. So Zab Judah moves on, and he now has done his part in the Tszyu-Judah showdown.
Vester just had his best double combination as far as effectiveness, and then walks into it right here. Counter right hook, bang, bang. He just walks right into it. I mean, I think he just turned his head away for a split second, Steve, and got caught.
Vester down 3 times in the fight, 2 in the second, 1 more in the third, and the third one was it for Zab Judah. Now 27-0, won no contest with 21 knockouts, and has now cleared the way to title unification from his part. And if Kostya Tszyu beats Aktay Urkal in our next bout, then Tszyu and Judah will finally get it on. And that'll be November 3rd to see who is the undisputed 140-pound champion. Meanwhile, Alan Vester loses for the first time in his professional career. Goes to 18-1-1. Well, nice to see him smile. He's okay. All right, let's walk you around.
We'll take a look at the replay of that knockdown. There's a nice right hook right there that sort of catches him, and he doesn't see it. And you see him stagger, stutter, look around, go to his knees, and then dive face first into the corner. It didn't look that powerful at the time, but when you don't see them coming, watch it again. Zab Judah waiting. Vester had a nice combination. Zab now back on the attack. Gets his man with the, tries to get him the uppercut, but lands a very clean, but not appearingly so hard. When you catch a fighter looking, sometimes it gets short-circuited. I can't imagine that this right hand was better than some of the other punches he'd already absorbed, but the results speak for themselves.
Vester hung in there as long as he could. We thought he'd be dancing and running a lot more. He was courageous, staying in there with Zab Judah for the most part. He just got counted out here, and the fight was stopped by referee Charles Dwyer. He just didn't want to take any more. It was pretty clear on his face. So there is Zab Judah and family and friends.
Right, baby! Brooklyn in a house. You heard me?
As Zab is now able to take a big deep breath and celebrate, gets a kiss on the cheek from Gary Shaw, the COO of Main Events.
I never in my life saw you that fast.
Some may ask, why didn't Judah line up a Kostya Tszyu prototype in advance of Tszyu tonight? But for someone like yourself who can get in the mind of a fighter, he's probably just more comfortable doing that in the gym rather than risking it here. Let's get it back up to Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the official time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes, 58 seconds in round number 3. A referee in charge, Charles Dwyer, reaches the count of 10. The winner by way of knockout, still undefeated, and still the IBF Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, Zab Super Judah.
Well, they call it officially a knockout, although Vester did get to his feet at 9, like 9.5, I'd say, but the referee had his own ideas and stopped the fight anyway. It was a wise stoppage, of course, but they're saying that he was counted out officially in the books.
He was standing up at 9, Steve, but I think he was in no shape to continue.
Absolutely, I agree. So they could have gone either way with this, KO or TKO. It's really academic. It's another W. But this time in more emphatic fashion for Zab Judah, but obviously we have to question the caliber of his opponent tonight, even though he was deemed the #1 contender according to the International Boxing Federation.
You know, many times that #1 ranking, you wind up getting it through attrition because all the good fighters who have fought eventually wind up losing. There's nobody left to put up there who hasn't already been up there one time or another. And I think they also like to give some of the European fighters a chance.
All right.
It is misleading at times. Coming up next, our main event. Here comes Zab's rival, WBC, WBA super lightweight champion Kostya Tszyu, taking on WBC #1 contender Aktay Urkal, as Tszyu defends both of his 140-pound belts. We take you into the dressing room of the champion. Here he is, the Thunder from down under, Kostya Tszyu, looking straight into that camera. Former Russian amateur star who went to Australia after winning the World Amateurs in '91. With the then Soviet Union breaking up, he bypassed the '92 Olympics, settled in Sydney, turned pro, moving his wife, 2 sons, and parents down under as well. No nonsense young man. Speaks with a Russian/Australian accent.
Thank you very much.
Post-fight reaction. Jim Gray in the ring. Jim?
All right, thank you very much, Steve. We're joined by the entire Judah family. Narcisse, Brandy, Zab, you're the main man here, though, in the family today. Were you looking forward a little bit, and did Allen catch you in the first round?
Well, no, I mean, you know, he was kind of quick, you know what I'm saying? He came in with a lot of speed punches, you know. It stunned me a little bit off, you know, in the first round, but I was quickly adjusted because I'm in tremendous shape. I worked very hard.
You looked like you walked away disappointed at the end of the second round that you didn't put him away.
Oh, well, at the second round, you know, I'm used to when I heard a guy finish him. And, you know, Allen came in there and he escaped the bell. He escaped the bell, but the next round I got him. You know what I mean? I feel good today.
Let's take a look at the couple of knockdowns that we had. First in the second round, Zab, tell us as we look at the monitor here exactly what's happening.
You know, I'm setting up. I'm looking for him to throw a punch so I could counter. I knew that he was quick, so in this fight I had to be the counter puncher. So every punch he threw, I was looking to counter. You know, but it was a short because I caught him.
And then in the second knockdown again in the second round, it looked like he went to his knees, just needed a little relief, it looked like.
There you go, boom, uppercut, right to the body. Straight down the middle, there you go. I mean, they all get it. Pray, he's praying.
You thought it was over there, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
Did you think it was over there?
I thought it was over. I was at 5, you watched the ring, I was up on the ropes, and I was like, it's over.
Now round 3.
Finish the touches. Yeah, it was a finish touching. Come here, where you going? Come here, get over here. But, you know, like I said, I had a great camp, tremendous camp in West Palm Beach, Florida. I got my conditioning training from Powerhouse Gym in West Palm Beach. Thanks for Frank over there at Powerhouse. And I just want to say I had a tremendous camp. I worked hard, and you know, I'm just looking to go out there and do my best. And I'm also helping our kids. I got a Super Judah Foundation. You know what I mean? So if anybody want to get interested, look me up.
Let me ask you now, what are you going to do with this Costa Tszyu fight? Where will you watch it? And half of this is over. Are you concerned that he might
party? I don't even know if I'm watching the fight.
You're going to watch it. Don't give us that. Come on. I know you're watching this fight with that big payday out there in November.
It's all good. I mean, you know, the money's not a big thing right now. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I'm living good. I'm maintaining them. You know, I mean, like I said, I just want to thank God for putting me here in this position. But I wish Costa Tszyu well, and I'm really rooting for him in this fight, because if he don't win, then I'll be all screwed up again. But so I really wish him well, and I hope he win. And hopefully in November, me and him should lock heads up.
How much would you have preferred that Tszyu would have lived up to what was bargained for in the first place and fought you tonight?
Well, I mean,
or back even before it was postponed, before tonight.
Well, I'm from your word is everything, and if you give a man your word, you know, that's your word, you know what I mean? And that's like shaking on it or making a bet, whatever. But evidently he didn't live up to it. So what you want me to do? I mean, but you know, I'm still here. I fight the best out there. I did not pick this guy. He's the #1 contender. He worked his way up to the top, and I took him on, knocked him out. What can I keep saying? You know what I mean? They say I can't beat nobody because nobody want to fight me. You know what I mean? Holla!
Congratulations to you, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you after this fight one way or the other.